when you look at all the diversity of Susanna Mendoza, Tammy Duckworth, Raja, Kim Fox, I think it speaks to the strength that Illinois represented, that everybody counts, that we may come from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different journeys, but we came because we share we and our parents or grandparents see something in the United States that they think is important for their children and grandchildren. And I think in an election where people think we're divided and pulled apart, I see that diversity and think in many different ways, whether it's the diversity of somebody growing up in Cabrini Green with a single mother, to the diversity of somebody who's a child of an immigrant from India, to a child who's an immigrant from Mexico. Also, Tammy's own journey and her family. I see the story of America. And we, now I don't disagree. This is not the result I wanted to see. It's not the result I thought was going to happen. And I think I don't want to put words in other people's mouths. I think that's also true for a lot of other people. And I think it's as having worked on transitions for 2 presidents, it's now incumbent for the new Republican majority in both in the House, the Senate, and the White House to both hear, respect, and listen to the voices that also did not vote for them, as much as we have a responsibility to respect the outcome of an election. And I will, as the mayor, never stop fighting for those set of values that I saw over the Cultural Center when we saw in 50 new residents and citizens, the values that ensures that government plays a significant and important role in breaking down barriers so people can achieve their dreams. And that's embodied in things we do to make sure that if you work, you don't raise a child in poverty, to making sure that you don't have to pick between a second job and your child's education. Not just to point out policies we've done, but I think those are the ideals that hold true to the American dream and make and honor the sacrifice and struggle that, whether it's your grandfather or your parents, make to bring you to America, to embrace, and then to give voice to that journey and that set of ideals. And I would say that this administration, the new administration, and obviously we'll respect it, but I'll never give in, stop fighting for what I believe is right, and right in the sense of what Chicago meant for my family, but what Chicago means for every generation of people who come here to renew their faith in the American dream. And it is alive and well. And this was and I would say, and then the one thing I would say, which I believe, there's a period at the end of the sentence of an election. And that period ended last night. We respect it. We have a period of time of making sure that the ideals, the values, and the dreams that people have are all heard and respected in the process of governing. Now, one of the things, it's a little part of the budget, but I'm really proud about it. We have the new licensing for those that are not full citizens in the city of Chicago, putting $1 million behind that effort. So you don't have to operate in the dark shadows and the periphery of society that you call home. And to make sure that through the municipal ID, where we're actually putting resources, that those who are on their way and desire to become an American citizen have the benefits here in the city of Chicago to participate. And so I would say to you 2 things that I think should make Chicago stand out. To those families, you are welcomed here in the city of Chicago. Your dreams for your children count. Your struggles to give your children a chance at the American dream are heard in this city. We'll have a municipal ID. As you know, our summer jobs and our after-school activities are opened up to all dreamers. One of the things I think makes Chicago stand out, which is also gets to the challenges and struggles and sacrifices parents made regardless of background for access for their kids to higher education, there's only one city in the United States that if you want to go to college and get a scholarship, Your citizenship of your parents don't count, and that's the city of Chicago, the Chicago Star. 64% of the kids that are going through the Chicago Star program 2 years running are Hispanic. Many of them are dreamers. No other city in the United States offers and respects the sacrifice your parent or parents or grandparents have made. And so I would say to DACA, to dreamers, to those that live on the periphery, one, do not lose hope because America embraces you. Two, I will be clear that the city of Chicago, at many, many different levels, education of their children in primary education, through the municipal ID, through the ways we make sure that city services are accessed, and also that your kids can go on to at least community college because of the Chicago Star. Your struggles, your sacrifice, your dreams for your children are honored here. And I would say that that's true in other places, but not as clear as it is here in the city of Chicago. I know your sense of fear. I would tell you there's more hope and embracing of you than you are fearful at this very moment post an election.